India always plays a role during elections in Pakistan. Willy-nilly, it happens. There's always that Hindustan ka jo yaar hai, gaddar hai. You know, these naras come up, and especially with Nawaz Sharif, it used to be said all that much. What is the current status? There's so much of interest with the film Dhurandhar, and it seems Pakistan is very interested in the way it was portrayed, and people are watching it. It's banned, but people are watching it nevertheless, and they want to know what part 2 is going to be like. Is there this continuous abiding interest about India as much now as it used to be when you were posted there?
Let me begin by saying that I'm not aware if we have played any role in Pakistan's elections. But it is true what you said, that India, and I always maintained it when I was in Pakistan and later, India continues to be the standard in every way in Pakistan. And we saw this firsthand in Pakistan, in Karachi. Indian textile industry, Lakshmi Industries, their textile machinery used to come to Pakistan through Dubai. Change of papers came directly. And textile is their main
Export
revenue
item.
earner,
Yeah.
55% of exports. Indian film industry. And it was very popular, Indian films. And there were people, who used to come to Indian consulate to collect Indian film magazines. In fact, we used to send a set of Filmfare and other Indian film magazines to Benazir. We didn't. I'm not saying we did anything. This was just magazines through Nahid Khan. Nahid was Benazir's social secretary. So this was.
She was in the car when Benazir was shot.
In that armored car.
In that Toyota
armored car. So India continues to be the standard in Pakistan in every walk of life.
But in politics, as in like engineering elections and things like that, are they always suspicious about Indian interference in their elections?
I mean, it's always very useful to beat the other fellow by declaring him as Indian agent.
Because the reason I'm asking is just a couple of weeks ago, when Imran Khan's sister, she spoke with Indian television channels, and she said that this is why, they're not letting us meet Imran Khan and all that. And then the reaction in Indian social media was that every time a politician in Pakistan gets into trouble, they speak to the Indian media, they ask Indian media to help out, whether it was Nawaz Sharif, whether it is Shahbaz Sharif, and subsequently now with Imran Khan, आना है तो फिर हिंदुस्तान से ही बचने के लिए आना है.
There's the other side of the coin. The same politician, once they come to power, then they have the most hardline rhetoric against India. So I don't think we should get involved in their internal politics. Let them sort it out for themselves.
But your part always about the internal politics, and that's a larger point also. The position can be that one, which is, I think, a moderate and important position. But today, if you look at the entire neighborhood, India is a feature in the politics of these countries, right? And that is irresistible, whether positive or negative. You go to Bhutan, you go to the Maldives, you go to Sri Lanka, or like you mentioned, this case of Pakistan, it is a feature. And it will always be accused of bad things, and rarely the positive things come out. But increasingly, you see in these countries, politicians positioning themselves in face of India. Are you pro-Indian? Are you anti-Indian? And then you have the China card. Are you pro-India? Are you anti-China? And that puts a bigger stress, I think, on diplomacy.
And it puts a bigger stress on those countries also, that they have to find, with you, without you kind of a thing. Do they have to choose? Like India doesn't like to be made to choose between China and the US. We didn't like it when it was choose between the US and Russia or the former Soviet Union. We don't like that being positioned in that manner. Now these countries are now saying that why are you imposing this on us, China or India? But I think post-Trump that has changed, isn't it?
Well, these countries are developing their own systems, their own non-alignment now, right?
Yeah.
That's what you see in Sri Lanka, the debates, internal debates, or even in Bangladesh. I'm happy to see over the last few weeks, finally, in Bangladeshi media, a serious discussion on what connectivity do we want with India? What role do we want India to play in Bangladesh? And how it doesn't mean all in, right? Supposedly we have to de-Indianize foreign policy, something very popular these days in Dhaka, as if you were as if Sheikh Hasina had been completely beholden to India, as if she hadn't gone to China, as if she hadn't gone to the US, as she
Which she
hadn't
had.
worked with the Europeans, with the Japanese. You know, there was a balancing policy. Maybe it was, of course, tilted or particular respectful or deferring on some issues to India. But on the other hand, also, you can't go to the other extreme, right? Which is all out on India. And that shows to you that the maturity in these countries is developing on how to develop their own balanced foreign policy. And that requires a lot of people thinking about these things in these countries which traditionally did not think about foreign policy.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.